99% of people don't know there's a backdoor to our mind that leads to manipulations. And right now, while you're listening to my voice, something is happening inside your mind. Not because you're weak, not because you're easily influenced, but because there is a backdoor to human behavior that most people don't even know exists. And for over a century, a small group of people have used that backdoor to move crowds like puppets on invisible strings. They made women smoke. They made nations fight. They made strangers stampede to buy things they didn't even want 10 minutes earlier. One of the men who helped start it all admitted it in writing. He said, "We are governed, our minds molded, our ideas suggested by men we have never heard of." That wasn't a metaphor. That was a confession. And here's the part that matters to you. This same system is being used on you every day. The ad that felt like it read your mind, the video that made you buy, the post that made you furious, the guru who made you feel like they were the only one who understood you. It's the same playbook, the same triggers, the same invisible strings. So the question isn't whether it works. The evidence is overwhelming. It shaped the last century of human behavior. The only question is, are you going to stay the puppet, or are you going to become the puppet master? But I'm going to take it one step further, because this is a new era. Today, you don't even have to become the puppet master yourself. You can train AI to be the 24/7 puppet master for you. You can build a system that delivers your message, transfers your certainty, handles objections, follows up, books calls, and closes sales across platforms, all day, every day, while you sleep. And that is what this is about. Let me show you the lineage, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. It starts in Vienna in the early 1900s, when Sigmund Freud uncovered something that terrified polite society, that the conscious mind is not the driver, it's the passenger. Beneath the surface of every human being are hidden drives, desire, fear, identity, status, belonging, sexual and aggressive impulses, the primitive forces we repress to keep civilization stable. Freud discovered that those hidden forces drive human behavior. His goal was to heal people, but his nephew, Edward Bernays, looked at the same truth and saw something else: control. Bernays discovered that if you appeal to emotion instead of logic, you can redirect an entire society. He didn't sell products, he sold identity. He didn't sell cigarettes, he sold freedom. He linked smoking to women's liberation and sales exploded. That moment changed history. Before Bernays, people bought what they needed. After Bernays, they bought what they desired. He proved you could engineer consent by triggering the unconscious. He even wrote it plainly. He called it the conscious and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the masses. He believed the crowd was irrational and needed to be guided or controlled by those who understood the invisible strings. Freud was horrified by how his work was being used, but the door had already been opened. And once the back door to the unconscious is opened, it can never be closed again. Then decades later, a new generation studied what Bernays had done and realized something terrifying. He had only scratched the surface. The human mind was far more hackable than even he imagined. One of the men who went deeper was Dan Kennedy. Kennedy studied persuasion like a locksmith studies keys. He studied Bernays, and then he studied the people Bernays studied. He studied hypnosis, con artists, cult techniques, and the hidden mechanics of influence. And Kennedy discovered something that still divides the world today. There are the mesmerized, and there are the mesmerists. Those who get played, and those who play the game. And in an attention economy, influence is not just power, it is survival. Now I'm going to say something direct. These forces are already being used on you. Your social media feed is not neutral. Algorithms are designed to exploit dopamine. Headlines are engineered to hijack attention. Funnels are built to destroy objections before you even know you have them. And the better someone is at mind hijacking, the higher they can price what they sell. That's why some people can sell a few dollar product with an ad, and others can sell a $100,000 program with a single presentation. Same species, same brain, different architecture. Now this is where Russell Brunson enters the story. Russell learned these persuasion architectures. He studied the lineage, he went into the inner circles. He learned platform selling, one-to-many selling, selling from the stage in a way that creates stampedes. And later, he evolved that architecture for the internet, turning a presentation into a repeatable system. He proved you could deliver the same psychological journey through a screen, not just a webinar. A complete persuasion sequence, every slide, every story, every objection handled in the order people actually think them. And that is the breakthrough most people miss. Selling isn't about having more information. Selling is about engineering belief shifts. There's a belief someone must adopt before they can buy. There's a domino belief that once it falls, the rest of their objections collapse. And there are false beliefs that must be broken in the right order, or nothing else matters. Russell called it an installation, a new operating system for selling. Now let me tell you why I'm here. My name is Felix, and I learned from these people. I learned from Russell. I learned from the lineage Russell learned from. Freud, Bernays, Kennedy, the platform selling underground. But I'm not here to simply repeat history. I'm here because we are in the next evolution. Because today, you can do something that was never possible before. You can take this entire persuasion architecture and install it into AI. Think about that. For 100 years, influence was a human skill. It required practice, presence, energy, stage time, and repetition. If you didn't have confidence, you didn't have consistency. If you didn't have time, you didn't have scale. That era is ending because now the installation can live inside an AI agent, an agent that speaks your message the same way every time, an agent that delivers the presentation on demand, An agent that answers questions, handles objections, follows up, and moves people to action. An agent that can do it on your website, in your DMs, in your email flows, in your SMS, in your funnels, inside your community, on your landing pages, across platforms, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That means you are no longer trapped in one-to-one selling. One-to-one selling is a cage disguised as hustle. If you sell one-to-one, your income is limited by hours in a day. Even the best closers can only do so many calls. But one-to-many selling has no ceiling, and one-to-many selling powered by AI has no off switch. That's the real shift. The goal is not to work harder. The goal is to become the puppet master of a system that works even when you don't. Now, you might be thinking, Felix, is that ethical? Here's the truth. The tactics are already everywhere. The only ethical question is who uses them and why. If unethical people use persuasion to sell lies, manipulate, and extract, that's happening right now. But if ethical people use persuasion to sell truth, help people, and build freedom, that's what we need more of. Because persuasion is a tool, and tools amplify the hand that holds them. So here's what I'm offering you. You have two paths. Path 1, you can learn the persuasion architecture and install it into yourself. You become the presenter. You become the closer. You deliver it. Path 2, you can train AI to be your 24/7 presenter and closer. You become the puppet master, and the AI becomes the system that speaks for you. And if you're the kind of person who wants speed, scale, and leverage, then Path 2 is the game changer. Because most people don't fail because they don't have a good offer. They fail because they can't consistently transfer certainty. They fail because they can't consistently break false beliefs. They fail because they can't consistently destroy objections in the right order. AI can do that perfectly, every time. No fear, no hesitation, no bad mood, no procrastination. Just a system that does its job. And when you have a system that sells, you stop chasing. Your business stops feeling like begging. It starts feeling like momentum, like gravity, like of course people buy. The machine does what it does. So here's the decision. Do you want to remain the puppet, or do you want to become the puppet master? And if you want the AI path, the done-for-you path, the path where you train the AI to deliver this presentation and close on your behalf, then take action now. Book a call or get started through the link you see right here. And let me say this clearly. This isn't about learning how to sell. This is about learning how to move masses. This is about building a system that can generate money on demand. This is about taking control of your financial destiny with a presentation that never sleeps. You are at a crossroads. You can keep grinding one-to-one, or you can build the system. And if you build the system, you don't just change your income, you change your identity. Because the person who can move crowds is never powerless again. So if you're ready, take action now. Become the puppet master. Or train AI to become the puppet master for you. Either way, this is the moment you stop being influenced and start becoming the influence. Book the call or get started now.